time has come to find your place in nature. Find your place in nature. Find your place in nature.
Good morning, friends, and welcome! This is going to be a really fun stream, so I hope some folks tune in to find out about this colossal Bellacore Mini. It's not very miniature. So, I've been talking about this for a little while. I am going to assemble and paint this on stream here at twitch.tv/Thanatos. And then next month, November 6th through 7th, I will be participating in a ExtraLife 25-hour gaming marathon over at twitch.tv/battlegroundgameslive. And this is one of the incentives that you can enter to win. You can take this home. It can be yours. So I'm going to pop into chat my team for ExtraLife. There we are. So this link will take you to the team that I am fundraising for Battleground Games and Hobbies, and myself and a couple other folks, Simeon Cortesano. The way this works is, if you click on this team, go to Participants, click on Battleground Games and Hobbies, or I think it's just Battleground. You'll see a number of incentives listed there. There's a scarf you can win, a Doctor Who scarf. We don't have any pictures of that yet, but we'll have pictures up soon. There's a fantastic poster, the Kaldheim poster that was colored in by Battleground regular Kayla, and it looks spectacular. There is, the Date with Derek, always popular. Everybody loves a Date with Derek. And now, for $10, you can enter to win this mini. This exact one that I'm holding in my hand, once it is painted and assembled, will be on display at Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington. And on the 7th of November, we will draw a winner from amongst the people who have donated to that incentive, that $10 incentive. And that winner will get to take it home and then bring it to the table and beat people up with it in both Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k. This is a model that is legal in both games. So you can play it both in Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k. Pretty cool. I'm pondering magnetizing the base. It's got some variation in the assembly that's specific to the two different games, and I'm wondering if I can make it so that you can fix it yourself to be whichever game you want to play. But let's get started. I'm going to pop over to overhead cam, to zoom cam. This is going to be kind of difficult because this box is so big it doesn't fit under my zoom cam. But let's open it up, take a look at what's inside, and start with the assembly. Remember, this could be yours. In addition, I am offering other modeling and mini prizes through my own ExtraLife page. So if you go to the Battleground ExtraLife page, that's where the incentives that I was just talking about are. The poster, the Date with Derek, the Doctor Who scarf, all of that is on Battleground's page. But my personal page also has some incentives that I'm offering. Sorry, I've got models all over the place here. I'm just sort of moving them to the side so that I can have space for this. Through my page, also through that same ExtraLife link and through the ExtraLife widget below, I have a incentive to enter to have me paint a mini for you. And the way that works is you donate using that incentive, and I will draw 4 winners, and for each of those winners I will paint a mini on stream in November. So what you do is you get me the mini, you tell me how you want it painted, single mini, up to a 50mm base, I think I said. So not a huge mini, not Bellacore. This is not mini, and I could not do it in a week. Well, not do it justice. So you choose a single mini, you tell me how you want it painted, you get the mini to me, and I will paint it for you in November. And then in December, I'm going to be painting an entire squad for some lucky winner. So if you enter at the Paint a Squad incentive level, one winner from that will have the opportunity to have me paint a squad of up to 10 minis. If you saw me painting the Kriegsman from Kill Team, you have an idea of what that would end up looking like. But for now, let's open this box and let's see what we have. Should be a whole bunch of sprues. I've not actually seen an unassembled Be'lakor, so I'm not entirely certain what to expect. Okay, so inside the box is another box. There it is. It has a big sheet that says Be'lakor, the Dark Master, and has a picture of the model. This is life size, so this model is going to be about that big. It's going to be about the size of my hand. Yeah, assembly instructions. Here's the variation that you can do. If I can get that on camera in a way that you can see it. You can have a Stormcast Eternal figure melting on the base, or you can have a Space Marine melting on the base. That's the portion that I may magnetize. I'm pondering that. We'll think about that and see if we can figure out a way to do that so that people can have whichever they want. And then we get to Be'lakor himself. Comes in several pieces, obviously. Loincloth, tail, legs. There's two variations for his left arm and chest, it looks like. I don't really... I mean, there's a difference in the angle. I'm not certain why that matters. I kind of like the pink one better, where his arm is pointed more down and not more towards the viewer. But that's another variation option. He's got his glowing sword, and there should be a variation for the face, I believe. They don't have it listed here. But I've seen illustrations of him... Oh, there we are. You can have him either with his mouth shut, with a short little tongue sticking out, or with a great long tongue sticking out. I'm going to do the great long tongue, because I feel like that's going to be the most fun to paint. So we've got some variation there. They have variation in the skulls hanging on his wings. You can either have Space Marine skulls or just Scully skulls. I'm going to do just the skulls, so that whomever buys it is not locked into having Space Marines in their model. So that's going to be a variation we'll address when we get to that. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to keep the wings separate and not glue them on right away and paint them as a separate piece, just so that I have better access to them. I might actually paint them, build them with the talons and such, and not put the chains on right away. We'll think about that, because he's got all these chains and skulls and stuff hanging from his wings. Now, let's get started with the base, I guess. This looks like it's not the most complex build in history. Let's see what we've got in the box. Here's his wings. This is part of the base here. It's only 2 sprues. 2 sprues. And his base, which is 70 millimeter. There's his base. So, okay. Okay, this is manageable. This is doable. Let's get started. This is going to be so much fun to paint, chat. This is going to be so much fun to paint. And I'm basically taking this entire month, the entire month of October, I'm going to be working on this model. So I hope that doesn't get repetitive to folks. I just want to get in there and get as much careful, fine detail as I possibly can. You all know I am not an expert painter and am still evolving as a painter, but I'm taking a great deal of pleasure in learning how to do some of the more interesting tips and tricks. So let us... Okay. Let us start on the base. So we need pieces 1, 2, and 3. That's pretty straightforward. And that's 8. There's 3, 4, 1, 2. Perfect. After having done a bunch of stuff with the WizKids D&D minis and Marvel Crisis Protocol, it's really nice to be back with Games Workshop. Their plastic is a higher quality. Their molds are so clean. One. Oh, that's 2. That's 2. This is 1. Woo! There we go. And 3 is this piece here. So I hope people are excited about this. I hope I can generate some excitement around this model. I have ambitious plans, ambitious plans for painting it. So I will obviously, as I'm working on it, post updates so that everybody can see what it's looking like at each stage, so they can get an idea of what they're bidding for. But you can bid now. You can put a donation in today, right this very moment, if you already know that you want to have lotteries is at like $650 million right now. Can't remember if it's Powerball or one of the other ones. Can already tell this is going to be fun to paint. Just looking at the detail, and this is just the base. This is just the most elemental portion of it. But there's a skull right there, sitting on the edge of the base. You all know how I love having skulls in my bases, and how I love painting skull details. This is right in my wheel well. Okay. That's... what is that? That's piece 2? 2. That's piece 2. This bit here is piece 3. Piece 3. So Bellicor is standing on this craggy, sort of warped terrain, and one of the things that I want to do with this model because, you know, I'm spending a month on this. I should do some effects on it, right? One of the things I want to do is do some light sourcing. So he's got, you'll see it in a little bit, this cool flaming sword going on. And this base, this craggy base, has all these little cracks and crevices. So I am going to be painting a green eldritch fire coming from his sword and the base, and from the melting foe embedded in the base, which again, we may be magnetizing that. This sprue contact here is quite thick. Needs a little bit of trimming. So yeah, there's going to be an eldritch green glow coming from up out of the ground, and it's going to light the bottom of Be'lakor, provide some cool light sourcing. So that's going to be a lot of fun to play with. The way I figure it, there's several essential focal points on the Be'lakor model. There is his amazing glowing sword. It's got fire rising from it, so that is something that you want to spend some time getting to look as cool as possible. So probably going to be spending several days on the sword alone. We'll see. There is obviously his face. The human eye is drawn to faces, so you want to get in and make his face as cool as possible. I have some ideas for that. And then there are his wings. His huge, tattered bat wings. Yeah, there's, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's like rivulets running down out of the base here as of molten lava. We're going to actually be painting those in shades of green. Alright, so that's the three pieces of this. Let's see how they go together. That goes like here. Very simple. Okay. First glue, first join on this Be'lakor. So I had wanted to integrate my fundraising ticker onto this stream, and I'll do it for future streams this month. But for whatever reason, I couldn't figure out how to do it in a timely manner today. I've got it working on the Battleground stream. So over at twitch.tv/battlegroundgameslive, we've got that ticker up and running, and it looks cool. And tracks donations. Okay. Just using Citadel plastic glue. Why is this? Already seeing a place where my trimming is not very good here. There. Okay. This is where you just have to have a little bit of patience. Wait for the plastic glue to set properly. I also should probably open a window if I'm going to be playing with plastic glue. Be getting some fumes going here. Alright, that's done. And then this goes on like so, I believe? Or like this. Like that. Okay, okay. It's not a very precise fit. Am I doing that wrong? Let's look at the instructions. So, the lower half of this step should meet there. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go. I was going like this and it didn't look great. It's supposed to go like that. Okay. Okay. Cool. A little glue. It's rather a lot of glue, but that's fine. After I get this bit glued, I'm going to go open a window. It's raining here, but it's not pouring like it was earlier, and I feel like I just need a little bit of circulation. Don't want to asphyxiate and pass out while assembling this model today. I think that's holding. There we go. All right. Step 1 complete. Oh no, not complete. There's 2 more bits. Oh, that's 1A. 1A complete. 1B. We need pieces 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to go open a window. Give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. Yes, thank you, Lobster of Revenge. What is appropriate window opening music? Obviously, Girls of Ipanema, right? Ba 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 da ba 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 da da. Ba 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 da ba ba da. All right, so I need 4, 5, and 6. This is piece 7. This is piece 4. So I'm hoping that as I make some progress on this model and it begins to take shape, enthusiasm will grow amongst the folks who are watching about actually owning this piece. Obviously, starting out here on day 1 of this build, nobody really knows what it's going to look like. I have an idea in my head. That's 8. That's 7. There we are, 6. But I think as I document this process and show off what I'm doing with the model, and it slowly takes shape, that should generate some interest. Obviously, I just created this morning the incentive level over at Battlegrounds ExtraLife page. That is the ability to actually win this piece. So it's not even been there an hour yet, so I'm not expecting a huge influx of donations all on day one. But we'll see. I'm excited about this piece, and I hope that other people will be excited about it as well. I think some folks who want to have a Bellicor for the table either cannot afford it, because it is a fairly expensive model, or can't afford the time to do a really stellar job painting it. And I'm not saying this is going to be like the greatest Bellicor painting job ever. I'm certainly going to do the best that I am capable of doing within the time restraints I have, which is to say between now and the ExtraLife Marathon on the 6th of November. It's a fairly large amount of time. As long as I don't slack off too much, I should be able to get quite a lot done. So yeah, this isn't going to be like the kind of stuff that wins competitions, just because I'm not at that level yet. But it should look pretty good, I think. Like I said, I have ambitious plans for it. And I'm hopeful that will make it attractive to some folks. Like, for just a $10 donation, I'm sure there will be some folks who will donate more than 10, like donate multiple times. But a $10 donation to ExtraLife, which goes to Boston Children's Hospitals through Battlegrounds fundraiser, a mere $10 gets you a chance to own this thing once I'm done constructing it. And I think that is an attractive price point for this particular mini, regardless of how it is painted. Alright, so 5 is this bit here with the hole in, right? And 6 is this bit with the spike. And they go together like here. Oh, lovely, okay. Okay. Hope I didn't trim too much just here. Looks okay. So, right there. This is low pressure right now, this portion of the assembly, just because who spends that much time looking at the base? This is not a major focal point. So I'm less worried about this than I will be about, say, assembling his wings or his face, where I really don't want any blemishes if I can avoid it. Alright, so this and this go on the edge here somewhere. I think here. Yeah, look at that. This goes here. See if I can fix this sprue contact here a little bit. Make that a little smoother because that's going to be visible. There. Okay. delicious smell of plastic glue in the morning. I put too much glue on that. Look how it's oozing out around there, right there. I can probably clean that up a little bit. Let's see. This is always risky with plastic glue, because plastic glue actually, the way it bonds the plastic is it melts the plastic slightly. So if you're trying to wick it away, you have a risk of creating warps in the model. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Paint will cover that up. Cool. And then this bit here goes here, like this. Oh, that's not a very good fit. I should have put this in first. That's all right. Okay. Like that. There we go. Okay. Yeah! No! Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of glue along this seam as well. I was pushing too hard on it. Popped out of place. There we go. Okay. And just hold it. How's everybody doing this morning? This lovely Monday morning here in New England, or at least in the Boston area. It's very gray and cloudy. It was pouring this morning when Amanda left for work. It's just damp now. But that's kind of pleasant. It's not hot, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna be able to take the air conditioning out of the windows soon. That's exciting. Yeah, sunny with oil spills. I saw that. Oh my goodness. Oh man. All right. Now I need 7 and 8. For step 1C. So here's piece 7. There's quite a large skull there. What is this? This is probably more... I don't know. Is that meant to be a demon's skull melded in the rock? Or a sculpture of a skull? These are the sort of determinations I have to make before I can actually paint this. It's going to take me a couple of days to build this thing at this rate. It's fine. No particular hurry. I've got plenty of time. I spent so much time this morning before going live trying to get that ticker up and running. Never got it going, and that was very frustrating. But we'll get that. I have to look at how I did it on Battleground Games Live's stream. I don't remember where I got it from. But it wasn't that hard to do. I just couldn't find it this morning. You ever get stuck in like a Google loop You're Googling something and you keep finding yourself back on the same page where it's not. It's like, nope, it's not on this page. Oh, been here before. I know it's not here. Very frustrating. Okay. Just trimming off the sprue contact points, obviously. So many skulls. I love it. And Lobster, before you say it, there are actually non-skull bones in here, just not many of them. Right there, there's a femur. That's it. It's all skulls, all the time. Now there's like a couple of bones here. Bit of a bone under that skull there. Mostly skulls, though. Alright, let's see. So I've got this tall spiky bit and this less tall spiky bit. Tall spiky bit goes here. Yeah, right. Like that. There we go. Oops. There's a bit I didn't trim. I'm already getting sloppy. There we go. So that goes here. If I can get it to go on. There we go. Like that. Okay. Probably get a better seal if I trim this down a bit. There. Trying to get the majority of the glue to go inside and not out onto the outside of the model. Isn't this thrilling, chat? I'll get to the painting bit soonish. Not today. But I'll take this piece home and prime it. Or home. I'll take it to work. I'll take it to Battleground and prime it. And then tomorrow I can start painting this base. And we'll see about getting his legs done, I guess, are the next step. Okay, and then this is going to go on like that. And then that is all of the base assembled. I do... Okay, so I have to think about whether I'm going to magnetize this thing. Which is, you know, there's a strong possibility I'm going to do that. It's something I'm not super familiar with doing, but I'd like to do it to give more options to whomever ends up owning this piece in the end. So I have to think about magnetizing. Ooh, I'm knocking things out of alignment. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This bit here could be smoother. So there's our base, and that's going to go on here. So one question I have to ponder is, do I do anything on the larger base that this attaches to? Or do I just leave this completely unpainted and black? We'll think about that. That's a problem for future me. What's next? Next, I have to decide about the magnetization bit. So either way, so there's 3 bits that go onto the base. In variation blue, or 2, with the Stormcast figure. There's the Stormcast figure, there's his shoulder pauldron, and there's a little pile of skulls here. And then in option green, or 3, there's a Space Marine and his pauldron, which is different, and his gun on the ground there. I think I'm not going to do the gun. And I may magnetize the base so that you can swap out the pauldrons and figures. Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I'm going to have to assemble the minis themselves. So let's find the bits for those. For the Stormcast figure, it is 12, 13, and 14. Appears not to be on this sprue. Well, there's 14. Is 14 the same on both? No. Good. Okay. There's 14. There's 15, which is the little pile of skulls in the corner. And 12 and 13 are on the other sprue. So I don't want to make these the focal point of the model, but they sure have a lot of detail on them. So I'm going to have to paint them interestingly, but probably in darker colors for the most part, so that they don't distract from Be'lakor himself. And they do have flames coming off of them. These defeated folks that are at the base of the model. So I'm going to want to work on my Eldritch Green Flame scheme that I have planned. Firing sprue bits into the far corners of my room here. Leave the base unpainted, it's outside the universe? Maybe. I'm not going to put the Space Marine's gun on the base. I'm going to put this little pile of skulls on. So that goes over here somewhere. Let's see. Just leave this off. Where does it go? Right here? It goes right there. And if I don't have it, that's the void. Might as well stick it on. Extra detail, always cool. There you go. Yep. There we go. So no Space Marine gun on this base, even in the magnetized version. Just a little pile of skulls there. Figure I'll build the Space Marine and the Stormcast figure, and then that's where we'll end for today. I'll magnetize them and prime them off stream because I'm going to go to work and do that there. So for the Stormcast figure, we have this piece here, and then his legs. So that goes like, come on, how does that go? Why did they do so much detail on his face when he's face down? Oh no, he's face up. Okay. So how does this go? This goes like this. There we go. Like that. Okay. Boop. There we go. And then this sort of bit of flames coming up off of him here. What's the orientation on this? Like, I think it's supposed to go like this. Yeah, like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then he lies here on the base. Right there. So if I'm magnetizing him, I'm attaching him here. So I'm putting a little magnet there. Cool. And he's also got his pauldron, which is part 16. There it is. And that goes up here. So again, I would magnetize it to latch onto the base right there. Okay. Let's get the Space Marine set to go. So that's 17 and 18. And 2 is his pauldron. Or 20, sorry. Which I just threw on the floor. That's all right. So satisfying. Snip, 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 snip. There we go. Progress. I'll get these bits primed today. I could spend all week just working on this base. And indeed, might just do that. I'd like to get the rest of him assembled, at least. Even if I don't get any paint on the rest of him today, or not today, this week. I'd like to get the rest of him built, so that I have at least points of reference as I start. painting the base to figure out where bits of him are going to go. Bellicor himself. What chapter, chat, should I paint this mini? Should I paint it as just a general blue Smurf Space Marine? Or should I do it as a red Blood Angel Space Marine? Yellow Space Marine? Yellow might work with the color scheme that I'm doing. Could do some gray. There's so many chapters for Space Marines. I could do them as green, do Salamander. Man, this particular sprue connection. There we go. Very large bit there. Okay. There's our vanquished Space Marine. 2 quick pieces. And again, magnetize him so that he lies on the step right there. All right, now, excuse me a moment, chat, while I find his pauldron, which I dropped on the floor. It's got to be somewhere right under me. That's not it. Well, wherever it is, it achieved some distance. Luckily, this is a hardwood floor, so it's not as if it's a shag carpet where things vanish. I know some folks who build and model on shag carpets and find their stuff difficult to locate after it's flown away. Anyhow, I think I'm going to wrap things up there for today. We have 2 little minis. We have that, and we have the base upon which they rest. Tomorrow, I'll start assembling Bellicor himself. I've got his base. I'm going to magnetize these off stream and prime them tonight at work so that they are ready to go, but I'm not going to start painting them until I have the rest of Bellicor assembled. Sorry, just dealing with my glue here. So thank you for joining me, folks. This is the beginning of an exciting journey. I am delighted that you chose to be here, and I hope that this ends up raising a ton of money for ExtraLife. I'm going to see if I can get that ticker going down in the lower corner there. Oh, and I should probably change the title for the stream there. Oops. All right. Thanks for joining me, folks. I will see you again tomorrow, and perhaps see you tonight in Amanda's stream over at twitch.tv/MerrimanLion, where she will be reading more of Terry Pratchett's Jingo. It has been a pleasure. Be excellent to each other, and enjoy whatever art it is you choose to do. I'll see you again soon.